Hey guys, back again with another video. I didn't expect to make one so soon, but there's a piece that recently released that I want to talk about. It is this women's Uniqlo Plus J hybrid down jacket. I was pretty surprised to see that not a lot of people were talking about this piece, or maybe there were a lot of people talking about it, but just I didn't see it personally. I think if you're looking for a jacket for this upcoming winter season, I would definitely look into picking this one up. It's super affordable, but also like the quality is good and it's really well designed. Before we get started, I just want to say that there was like an unexpected amount of positive comments, not even just comments, but like people messaging me. I just wanted to say thank you for that. I definitely didn't expect that at all. It's so weird to me that people would like go out of their way and take the time to write stuff like that, and I just want to say that I really appreciate it. Every time I read one of those, it like makes my day, so thanks a lot for that. Enough with the simping, let's get on with this review. So as always, before we get started, I'm just going to go a little bit into the background of Uniqlo. I'm pretty sure everyone knows who they are by now, but if not, they're a Japanese fast fashion brand. They've been popular in Asia for a while now, but recently in the past 10 to 15 years or so, they've been expanding into the Western market, opening stores in Europe and North America. I'll say honestly, they're a super popular brand worldwide today. The name apparently stems from the two words unique clothing, which they then shortened to Uniqlo and then changed the C into a Q. Definitely a misnomer. They have pretty much no branding or discernible design details on their clothes. They're primarily known for their affordable yet high quality for the price basics, rarely deviating from standard cuts but offering a variety of colors, sizes, and even in-house tailoring. While their clothes could be seen as boring to people into fashion, I would say it's more just like consistent basics, like normal people looking for good looking, good fitting clothing, or even people into fashion just looking for cheap, high quality basics. Uniqlo also offers garments with fabrics that have technology for heating, cooling, and moisture. Uniqlo does a lot of collaborations with higher end designers such as undercover and engineered garments. They also have ongoing collaborations with people such as J.W. Anderson and their U collection that is designed by Christophe Lemaire. I mean, just in general, Uniqlo does a ton of collaborations ranging from smaller artists to bigger, well-known artists, video games, TV shows, entire franchises. Pretty much anytime you go on their website, they're probably collabing with like 5 different people at once. These collaborations are hugely popular, whether it be due to the fan base of the person they're collaborating with, or simply because they're able to provide better designed, high quality basics at an affordable price from these designers. These type of collaborations seem to be relatively common in fast fashion. You also see it with brands such as H&M collaborating with Maison Margiela. These collaborations allow Uniqlo to create pieces that are more on trend. Their Uniqlo U collaboration is a great example of this. Hugely popular because they're able to provide kind of different cuts or tailoring, but at that same Uniqlo price point and quality. At the end of the day, Uniqlo is fast fashion, but I think their basic approach, as opposed to kind of trying to provide cheaper alternatives to popular designer pieces, keeps them popular among both normal people just looking for good-looking normal clothes that aren't crazy, as well as people into fashion looking for cheaper, high-quality basics. Anyway, Uniqlo also collabed with Jill Sander back in 2009, naming their project Plus J, and although it ended in 2011, recently revived it for this 2020 fall-winter season. This collaboration was hugely popular and saw items selling out instantly. They only stocked it online at their website and select stores worldwide. Of the entire collection, the only item that I really wanted to pick up was this hybrid down jacket. This is actually a women's piece. Little tip, if you're looking at Uniqlo collaborations or just items in general, it's always nice to take a look at the women's side if you're a male, or vice versa, because you never know what you're gonna find. And to be honest, like clothes, doesn't really matter the gender. As long as it fits and looks good, that's really all that matters. I was super excited to pick this up. My local Uniqlo actually stocked them, so I was able to look at this piece as well as other items in the collection. Overall, I would say that this is an amazing jacket. I'm really happy to have it, and to be honest, I would even go as far as to say this is one of the best items ever released by Uniqlo. Like I said earlier, this jacket is a women's jacket. It released in 3 colors, black, wine, and navy, and retailed for $160. I got it in the black colorway just because, you know, I feel like black is the most wearable and most versatile. If anything, it's a little lighter than a true black, maybe like I mean, it's still black, just lighter than like a jet black. I was looking for a new jacket, so it was perfect that this released. I wasn't looking for anything super flashy or like weirdly colored or patterned. Just a nice plain jacket that I could wear every day. In typical Uniqlo fashion, there is absolutely no branding on this piece. It released in a wide range of sizes, going all the way from double extra small to double extra large. It also released in a longer coat version, but I wasn't really a fan of that. Obviously the jacket is really basic, but I do think it is notable due to its beautiful silhouette and all the little small details that really make this piece. Some features include the notorious C shape, which is basically when a piece is more cropped at the front and longer in the back. It kind of almost pokes out in the front and comes in at the back, very reminiscent of the Balenciaga C-shaped puffer. Obviously that unique shape was made popular by Balenciaga. I think the jacket they released was super influential. I mean, as soon as it released, you saw all these other brands kind of copying the shape. I actually preferred this jacket to the Balenciaga C-shaped puffer, just because I don't like how puffy the little sections are. I'll put up a picture so that you know what I'm talking about. I just don't like the way that looks. It kind of looks like a bunch of logs, like stacked up on each other. Not really a fan of that. If anything, I prefer the Balenciaga C-shaped parka to the puffer. I prefer how smooth and uniform the plus J jacket looks. It kind of just looks more sleek and elegant in my opinion. But I mean, a ton of brands have jackets with unique hem shapes, such as Martine Rose with their kind of curved shape back, as well as Rick Owens with his cropped puffers. Another notable feature is the flared sleeves. It's super wide at the wrist. I mean, you could fit like 2-3 arms in there. I think it creates absolutely beautiful shape. It has a dart at the wrist which further pushes out the sleeve to kind of accentuate that flared effect. There are no cuffs at the end and the sleeves are a little short, probably because it is a women's jacket, but I don't really mind the look of the shorter sleeves actually. And it also features some additional darting at the top at the shoulders. The jacket features a large, tall, padded collar which can be folded down or worn up. Personally, I think both look great, but if anything, even if you prefer one over the other, it's great to at least have that option. Just being able to fold up the collar, if nothing else, would be good just as a functionality in terms of like blocking the wind, kind of acting as a scarf. The jacket has a full zip closure as well as buttons, both of which are fully concealed when the front of the jacket is closed. To be honest, the buttons are pretty bad, pretty low quality, pretty hard to close, at least for me. Like, it's really hard to like close the button. I don't know why. There's some weird buttons, it's not like a normal button. I think the reason why the buttons are so uncomfortable to close is because the front is concealed and the jacket is super puffy, so when you're pushing down on the button, it's just kind of squishy. So you need to put your hand or something hard behind the button to create kind of like a counter force so that you can actually close the button. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm sure you guys get what I mean. I think the jacket looks great regardless of how you close it, whether it be fully unzipped, fully zipped, or zipped up like halfway. If you zip it up halfway, it creates this V and folds beautifully over your chest. The jacket kind of just sits atop your shoulders really nicely, and if you pop the collar up, it gives off this cool like Dracula effect, I guess, which I think looks pretty cool. Some of the other jackets in the collection did feature dual zips, where there's like one zip at the top and one zip at the bottom, so you could also close it fully and then zip it up from the bottom to like open up the bottom. I don't know why they didn't have a dual zip on this jacket. It doesn't really matter to me, but it would have been a nice little added touch. The jacket is fully lined with nylon, making it comfortable on the skin, and it also features a lightweight 640 down. The lining is pretty shiny, so when you look at it under light, it looks almost blue instead of black. It features 2 pockets on the outside with cross-grain taping. The pockets don't have any form of closure, whether it be like a button or a zip, but the pockets are really deep, so I doubt anything would fall out. It also features 2 pockets on the inside, but the fabric is super thin, so I feel like if you just put anything sharp or heavy, it's just gonna like rip through the pocket. The only downside, ergonomically speaking, of the jacket is that the front pockets point downwards like this instead of to the side. It just makes it a little bit more uncomfortable to like rest your hands in pockets that point like this, but it really is nothing major. It also features concealed drawstrings at the waist for you to cinch it. Personally, I wouldn't use it just because a big part of the jacket for me is that shape, but I mean, it is nice, I guess, if it's super cold and you don't want to let any air in. In terms of the jacket itself, it feels high quality and worth much more than the $160 price tag. Personally, I think for $160, this jacket is an absolute steal. The jacket also apparently has moisture absorbing, heat generating Uniqlo technology as well. Personally, I don't really think the jacket is that warm, which is a good thing for me because it doesn't get that cold where I live. Like this jacket would be more than enough for even the coldest day here, but I could definitely see how that would be a downside if you live in somewhere that gets really cold. In terms of sizing, I went with a size medium. I think despite it being kind of a smaller size, the shape of the jacket itself creates like an exaggerated dramatic silhouette, which I like. Although it is oversized, it is a women's jacket. As always, I would always recommend going by the measurements rather than the tagged size. The measurements are always more indicative of how a piece will fit. Because I did buy it in store, I also got to try on a size large and XL. The large also would have worked fine if I wanted to layer a lot underneath, but like I said, it doesn't really get that cold where I live, so I'm not going to be layering more than like a sweater or a hoodie underneath this, so the M had more than enough room. In terms of the large, it also created a bit more space at the bottom in terms of like poofiness, which I didn't really like. But I mean, at the end of the day, the large or the medium would have worked fine. I just prefer the medium personally because it's a bit more form-fitting to my body. Also, because of the smaller size, it does fit a bit more cropped on me, which I like as well. I also tried on the XL. It was just way too big for me personally. I would be fine going with the medium or large, but the XL was just a bit too big in this case for me. Overall, I think this jacket is absolutely beautiful. I legitimately prefer it to like the Balenciaga C-shape puffer jacket, like I said earlier, as well as some of the other alternatives that are out there. Especially for its price point, I think that this exact same piece could release from a designer and people, including myself, would pay much more and still be happy with it. But yeah, overall, I just really like this jacket. Ultimately, I just wanted to shed some light on this piece. I think that even if you don't like it, I hope that you can appreciate some of the details and understand why I or other people might like this piece. And lastly, I'm just going to end the video by showing 2 ways of how I styled this piece. That's it. I did make a couple of adjustments for this video from the last one. I'm filming this at night instead of the day. I have a light in front of me. I think it has better lighting, and that's also why you can see the shadow behind me some of the times. Wait. It's a bird. Alright, I'm also hopefully going to fix the audio for this one. I know it was super quiet last time, but I think I know how to fix it. We'll see when I actually get to editing it though. I won't know right now. I also tried to film some more b-roll of me actually wearing the piece. Last time the on-body segment was super short, so I tried to make it a bit longer this time and I actually included 2 outfits instead of 1. Hopefully it's better from last time. Not saying that it's like good now, but there should be an improvement, hopefully. If not, this is probably the best it's gonna get, so whatever. I tried. But yeah, thank you for watching.